In this video, I talk about 9 leadership tips from How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Hi friends, welcome to the channel. Let's go. 1. Begin with praise and honest appreciation. If you need to be critical about somebody, make sure you start with praise and honest appreciation for all that they do. This will make them far more receptive to anything you have to say afterwards. 2. Call attention to people's mistakes indirectly. By calling attention indirectly to people's mistakes, this gives them an opportunity to resolve it without further embarrassment. Calling out people's mistakes directly can cause retaliation, resentment, and it can completely shut down any attempt at communicating with them. 3. Talk about your own mistakes before criticizing the other person. As a leader, you will hold authority, and with that authority comes some level of intimidation. If you need to call someone out on their mistakes, try to start with how you've made the mistake in the past or other mistakes that are similar. You want to make sure that the person doesn't feel like they're alone and they're being singled out for making this mistake. This builds trust with your employees, and it will also make them more likely to approach you with a problem in the future. You don't want them to feel punished by telling you that something went wrong. This will only lead to them hiding problems in the future. 4. Ask questions instead of giving orders directly. Allow the other person to solve the problem for you. You can do this with how questions. How can we get this done? Is there anything else that can be done here? General George S. Patton once said, "Never tell people how to do things. Tell them what to do and let them surprise you with their ingenuity." 5. Let the other person save face. Even if we're completely right and the other person's totally in the wrong, all we're doing is destroying their ego by not letting them save face. Quote, "I have no right to say or do anything that diminishes a man in his own eyes. What matters is not what I think of him, but what he thinks of himself. Hurting a man in his dignity is a crime." Always allow the other person to save face. If you don't allow the other person to save face, all you are doing is letting the other person build a deep resentment towards you. It's very personal to have your ego crushed by another person. This is the difference between firing somebody and allowing them to quit. Number 6, praise even the slightest improvement and praise every improvement. Abilities wither under criticism and they blossom under encouragement. To become a more effective leader, praise even the slightest improvements and praise all of their improvements. This encourages that other person to do more of the good behavior. Criticism is pumping the brakes on an action. If you want someone to do more of a good thing, then make sure you acknowledge and recognize that improvement. This will make it far more likely that they'll start building positive momentum in their own mind and in the mind of the organization. This is because you are creating a reputation and they are creating a reputation that they would like to live up to. Which leads us to our next principle. 7, give the other person a fine reputation to live up to. Set a social expectation for what that person should aspire to be. By giving a great title, you're inspiring that person to live up to the reputation and the title that you have bestowed upon them as a leader. This will motivate them to work that much harder to maintain the reputation that you've set for them. So you want to make sure you set a high bar. Even if this means creating a new title for somebody in a position, Chief Technical Officer sounds a lot better and more inspiring than computer tech. 8, use encouragement and make the fault seem easy to correct. Continually encouraging your employees can be very difficult if they're making mistakes. You don't want to make a bigger deal out of the mistakes your employees might have made. This will only cause you to lose the trust of your employees. Your people should always feel as if they can come to you if a mistake has happened. By punishing somebody for making a mistake, all you're doing is reinforcing the fact that they should not come to you with a problem in the future. Just because you stop hearing about problems doesn't mean they don't exist and they don't have real consequences. Encouraging your employees to sweep problems under the rug and to go behind your back is the opposite of what you want to inspire in them. 9, make the other person happy about doing what you suggest. The effective leader should keep the following guidelines in mind when they need to change attitudes or behavior. Be sincere and don't promise anything you can't deliver. Forget about the benefits to you and think about the benefits to the other person. Know exactly what you want the other person to do. Be empathetic and ask yourself what the other person really wants. Consider the benefits of what the other person will gain from doing what you suggest. Match those benefits with the other person's wants. When making your request, put your idea in a form that shows the other person that they will benefit from doing what you're asking them. It's naive to think that you're always going to get favorable reactions when you use these approaches, but the experience of most people shows that by using these attitudes, you're more likely to gain success than by not using them. What did we learn? Begin with praise and honest appreciation. Call attention to people's mistakes indirectly. Talk about your own mistakes before criticizing the other person. Ask questions instead of giving orders. Let the other person save face. Praise the slightest improvement and praise all improvements. Give the other person a fine reputation to live up to. Use encouragement. Make the fault seem easy to correct. Make the other person happy to do the thing you suggest. Thank you so much for watching. And if you would like to watch more videos like this, please watch my latest video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.